Crawling. There are many benefits to crawling, from stability to coordination, mental acuity, and a sense of embodied cognition. So we're going to work through a crawling sequence. It's going to take us through some evolutionary pathways into more mobile on the ground. So let's get started. Come lying down on your back, get comfortable, and connect with your breath by breathing in and out through your nose. Deeply into your belly. Bring your awareness to your feet, to your heels. Push your heels down into the ground and a gentle point and a flex. This is called heel rocking. So this might take a moment to connect with. This might even take several times trying. Because with heel rocking, we want the rock to happen all the way up into the head. So this heel rocking, this is a push-pull. This is a remembering of a developmental pathway, this push-pull experience. This helps us with our mobility, centering, stability, nervous system. So try this, heel rocking. And roll your head to one side. And roll your head to the other side. And go side to side, your own pace. Just open up the body here a little bit. Now one more breath. And come to stillness. And now take your arms up overhead as if you're making the letter X or a starfish. And we're going to do some body half movements. This comes from some of Irmgard Bartiniev's work and Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen's work. So you'll see this expression of it. So in this big X position, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our elbow and our knee together on one side of the body while the other side expands. So bring the right knee to the right elbow and let the left side expand and open. Roll your head toward the extended arm. And then come back into this big X position. And left elbow to left knee. Roll your head to the right or toward the extended arm. And back to the big X position, the starfish. Right elbow to right knee. Back open, big X. Left elbow to left knee. Roll your head to the right. We're starting to differentiate the left side of the body, the right side of the body, expansion and contraction. This is going to help us when we're learning to crawl, and then eventually crawling into walking. Now back to the big X. Now, we're going to break the body into lower half and upper half. So what we'll do is we're going to initiate the action for this first round from the lower half. So what that means is we will roll in and out of fetal position, and you will initiate the action from your lower half to go to the right. So the lower half moves and the upper half follows into this fetal position. Lower half moves to take us back to the big X. And now let's go to the left. Bottom half initiates, top half follows. Bottom half initiates to take us back, top half follows. One more time each side. To the right, bottom half initiates, top half follows, bottom half back, starfish, and to the left, bottom half to top half. Bottom half takes us back into that big X, we're back on our back. Now we will initiate the action from our top half. So torso will move to the right, bottom half will follow. Into fetal, top half out of fetal. And to the left, top half moves into the fetal position, bottom half follows, top half opens. One more time, each side to the right, top half torso moves, initiates, top half opens. Last time to the left, top half, bottom half follows, top half opens. And now we're back onto our back. This is just awakening some of the primordial movements, some of these evolutionary pathways. Now bring both knees into your chest. And roll all the way onto one side of your body. Push your top hand into the ground and come to a seated position. Take your feet out in front. Wider than hips width, hands behind. And we're gonna go gentle side to side. Pinwheel. Gentle side to side action. This helps to open up the hips. Start to get our ankles involved and the knee, internal rotation, external rotation. It's really, really beautiful movement. So we're here, side to side. Stop on one side, tap. And stop on the other, tap. And let's go side to side, just a little bit more. Okay. Now cross your legs, roll over, and come to child's pose. Arms out in front. Belly down. Breathe deeply in and out through your nose. And come out, come onto your belly with your forearms down into Sphinx Pose. The tops of your feet can gently push down into the ground to engage your glutes. And imagine there's a little string tied to your sternum, tied to your heart center. It's pulling you forward and gently allows your head to lift. Now we don't want any pinching in the low back here, so push down with your feet, squeeze your buttocks, and move your head side to side, as if you're exploring, as if you're looking around your environment. Look up, look to the left, look to the right. And lower down. Now for this next shape, this next position, you can stay here in Sphinx, or you can place your hands down and come a little bit higher up and look around. If you have any pinching or any discomfort in the low back, it means you need to lower down or come down to the forearms. So we look around, looking around our space, finding our space. Can even roll a little bit side to side. Now lower down onto the belly, hands wide, and we're gonna alternate side to side. So you lift up a little bit, take your left knee as close to your left wrist as possible. See if you can get your knee to touch your nose to touch your knee. Look up and over. And lower back down. Now let's go opposite side. Right side. Look underneath the window of your arm. See if you get your knee and your nose to touch. And look over. Again, move slow here, move gently. No pain, no discomfort. Let's go back to that first side. Start to look around. We're getting the basics of these evolutionary pathways in, starting to learn to crawl just a little bit, learn to get creative, to explore. One more time each side. I'll show it from the side. And again, your hands can be down here like this if need be. You can look around, or you can come up. And we go opposite side. I'll show this side now. So we're here. Look around. You might need to break these down individually. You can focus on each little section here. So we're here. Now we'll gently push up and we'll come to all fours. So with each section, there could be challenges in these different areas. Move slow with this. So we're here, we're on all fours, and we're gonna start by awakening our wrists a little bit. So let's just move. A little bit of gentle rocking. We're learning to crawl. Our wrists developed, took a lot of impact. And in our daily lives, if we do push-ups or support ourselves, lift, carry things, and let's first reverse directions. This is just a great way to start to open up the wrists. Now place the fingers back and forward and back. And palms up, fingers toward each other, side to side. Be gentle here, side to side. Breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Start to bring your fingers in and out, in and out. Include the thumb if you haven't already. And palms down. Now let's start to explore. Start to move your hands a little bit here. Just paw around the ground. Just start to explore. Get a little creative. Get a little curious about the environment. Our sense of touch. What happens if we go all the way forward or all the way back, all the way to one side, all the way to the other? Start to get a little curious. What happens if we reach over or reach under? What do we find here? Are we going to find other places we want to stretch or move? Okay. Now, a little bit of left to right. One side, then the other. We're going to start to work into what will be single limb movements, contralateral action. So one side, then the other. One side, then the other. Very simple, very easy. Just up and down. This allows us to sink into one side to find that yield and that push, and that yield and the push in the opposite sides. So we're really starting to find our coordination, finding our sense in our space and in gravity, our relationship to the outside world. Okay, so next, we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So we're starting to bring in this contralateral action. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If you want this to be more challenging, you lift your knees off the ground and go opposite hand, opposite foot. That makes it a bit more difficult rather quickly. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, settle back in. Now, we'll do some extensions. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Come back. Opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to switch side to side. It just starts to bring in some coordination, a little bit of bigger movements. Starts to syncopate opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite hand, opposite foot. Let's do one more on each side. Now, come back to this all fours position, and we're going to activate that opposite sides, the one hand, one leg on the opposite sides, and we're going to start to locomote. We'll move forward. So, start with your left hand and your right leg, lift them off the ground and go forward. And then right hand and left leg and come forward. And go one more. And then go back. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Go forward and back. Go 3 times forward and 3 times back. Could be 2, 3, 4, 5 paces. Doesn't matter. We're just going forward and back. Opposite side, contralateral action. Very nice, very gentle. Okay, back to all fours. And now we're gonna do that again. And this time, to make it a little bit more challenging, we're gonna lift our knees off the ground. Now, if you're new to crawling, or you have wrist stuff, or you're just not feeling it, you can keep your knees on the ground. Otherwise, take your knees off the ground and we'll go forward and back. We'll go 3 times forward and 3 times back. And get comfortable. Now, last round, we will move forward and back, left to right, side to side, however you feel. Start to explore your space a little bit. Move off at an angle. So, let's just start to move, and you can keep your knees on the ground or off the ground. Here we go. What happens if we start to move left to right, side to side, front to back? Does it become a bit more challenging to keep the contralateral? Do we want to speed up? A little bit more here. Just start to get curious. And come back to seated. Center with your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. And if your eyes are closed, open. And that's a brief introduction to crawling. Enjoy, check it out. Try and break down each part to create a little bit of mastery.